The art of the handshake on full display during President Donald Trump's first overseas trip. But is this face-off making headlines? The President and French President Emmanuel Macron meeting for the first time at the NATO summit. And it got intense and a little awkward. Watch the extended handshake battle, complete with clenched jaws and white knuckles. Later on, as Macron walks towards other world leaders, Trump appears to have his hands outstretched, suggesting a warm welcome. But Macron seemingly swerves away from the American president to hug German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Macron eventually makes his way back toward Trump before the two engage in another, but shorter, handshake battle. Did the president meet his Trump pump match? In the days following his electoral college victory over Hillary Clinton, we've had the opportunity to observe a number of Trump's public interactions with members of his administration and fellow world leaders. From the untrained, unscientific viewpoint, his handshakes could be construed as aggressive and a little weird. But while pundits and critics snipe at the president's odd handshake tendencies, such as the infamous Trump pump, yanking the other person in close, or holding a shake for an extended period of time, so it can be explained by Trump's behavior and the manner with which he practices the art of clasping another person's hand.
Thank you, everybody.
We brought in Dr. Frieda Birnbaum, a research psychologist and psychoanalyst, to venture into the mind of President Trump and learn what Trump's handshake might tell us about him as a person and as a president.
Once you establish a certain set of posturing, that remains visually with the audience. So this is something that is extremely important to our president.
Do different handshakes convey different meanings?
So it can really get to a point where that other person can be really uncomfortable, where you're almost twisting that person's hand in order to gain some kind of dominance over that person.
But how is Trump trying to appear?
That he's strong, that he has leadership qualities, that you can count on him, and he's powering over everyone else that he's in contact with, that he's the boss.
I'm also very much of a germaphobe, by the way. Believe me.
He would not shake hands. Today, he really feels this is important, but he went to the other extreme of showing his strength by being somewhat abusive and a little bit of a bully.
Take me through a handshake with Donald Trump.
Hi, how are you?
Now, what are you doing?
I'm moving your hand underneath and putting my hand here to secure the fact that you don't have the ability to go like this. It's like weighing you down and giving you this eye contact so you don't know what you're doing.
Now, is this something he's doing by design?
By design, absolutely. And a firm handshake is something that's very commended, and people like that. In America, anyway, in our culture. And then what he does with that, he says, hi, how you been, like that. And then he did it twice.
Kinda gets me off my feet.
It gets you off guard.